Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back with another video. On this video we are going to be looking at the Black Consciousness Movement essay. I am going to be explaining to you how you are supposed to be writing the Black Consciousness essay for History Grade 12 Paper 1. Alright, so here are the things that you're supposed to discuss in your Black Consciousness essay for it to score you marks. So this is basically an overview of what you're supposed to include in your Black Consciousness essay. So the first thing is the reasons for the emergence of the Black consciousness in the 1970s. You need to highlight the aims of the Black consciousness. You need to explain the impact of Steve Biko and the BC philosophy on political organizations. You need to highlight the impact of Steve Biko and the Black consciousness philosophy on labor as to how did the BC impact labor as well as Steve Biko. You need to highlight the impact of Steve Biko and the Black consciousness on the community programs. You need to highlight or talk about the impact of Steve Biko and the Black consciousness philosophy on the 1976 Soweto uprising. So for your essay to score you good marks, you need to talk about all of the above mentioned. Okay, I hope that is clear. Let us move on to the introduction, which is one of the most important things when you are supposed to write your essay. The introduction. So if you've watched my previous videos on essay writing, you already know this. These are the easy steps that you're supposed to take. Step number 1, you need to take a stance, which is basically you telling the reader as to where do you stand. Step number 2, you need to provide a reason for your stance. Step number 3, you need to provide us with an orientation. The orientation is whereby you tell us which content are you going to draw from or which content are you going to use. Alright, so let us take a look at this essay question. For example, it reads as follows. Explain to what extent Steve Biko and the Black consciousness played a significant role in mobilizing Black South Africans against the apartheid regime during the 1970s. So when a question says this, you need to take a stance and say to a greater extent or to a lesser extent. If the question says to you, do you agree with the statement? This is how you take your stance. You say agree or disagree. If a question says to you, critically discuss, this is how you're supposed to take your stance. You say you approve or you disapprove. That's the first thing. You approve. Approve what? Don't just leave it there. You can say, I approve that Steve Biko and the philosophy of the Black consciousness had played blah 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 in the 1970s. And thereafter you provide a reason, which is step number 2. Why are you saying that? Okay. And then step number 3, your orientation. What content are you going to use, or which content are you going to draw your evidence from? Alright. Now let us take a look at this example where I have applied the 3 steps that I mentioned in the previous slide. Okay, here is the statement. Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness had played a major role in reviving activism and organizations in South Africa in the 1970s. Do you agree with the statement? Use relevant evidence to support your line of argument. So our line of argument here, or our stance, will be I agree. What is it that you agree to? Don't just say I agree and then you leave it there. You need to say I agree that Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness had played a major role in reviving activism and organization in South Africa in the 1970s. Step number 2, provide a reason as to why did you take that line of argument. Here is my reason. Because Steve Biko and the Black consciousness influenced Black people and organizations to take control of their own liberation and challenge the systematic oppression of the apartheid regime, a regime, or you can say a system. Step number 3, orientation. Which information or content are you going to use? Therefore, this essay is going to discuss the role played by Steve Biko and the philosophy of the Black consciousness in reviving activism and organizations in South Africa through political organizations, labor, community programs, and influencing the Soweto uprising in the 1970s. All the 3 steps, I have adhered to them. So this is how you are supposed to go about it as well. Okay, now let us move on to the next one. Remember, I provided you with an overview of the things that you're supposed to discuss in your Black consciousness essay. Remember, a good essay is also accompanied by a background. So in your background, you can tell us about the reasons for the emergence of the Black consciousness. Tell us the reason why did this Black consciousness emerge? Why did it start? Okay? So your background, you need to tell us a bit of history grade level. You need to tell us about the Sharpeville massacre. Okay? So you can say that the Sharpeville massacre of 1960, which led to the banning of the liberation movements like African National Congress and the Pan-Africanist Congress. Do you still remember history grade 11, whereby people are gathered at the Sharpeville police station? So the leaders or the liberation movement that were part of that Sharpeville protest was the ANC as well as the PAC, and you know how it ended, right? Police, they declared or fired shots at people, killing 69 people, and some of them were injured. So this is where the Black consciousness emerged. The ANC as well as the PAC. The ANC and the PAC were banned after what happened at the Sharpeville massacre, or at the Sharpeville in 1960, right? So these were the key liberation movement, the ANC as well as the PAC. They were imprisoned and some of the members were sent to exile. So now the ANC and the PAC is out of the picture. The leaders are sent to exile. Why are they out of the picture? Because they were the liberation movements that were at the forefront of the Sharpeville, or the event that occurred at the Sharpeville that resulted to the massacre. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so since the ANC as well as the PAC, they were banned or sent to exile, or some of the members were arrested, this sort of like left a political gap or a political vacuum or a void that opened the way for the establishment of the Black consciousness movement. So you are telling us, giving us the background as to how and why did the Black consciousness philosophy or movement start or emerge. Okay, you continue in your background. You tell us that the Black consciousness philosophy began in ghetto universities like the University of Zululand, University of Turfloop, and the University of Fort Hare. Okay, Steve Biko broke away from the multiracial Union of South African Students, NUSAS, because he felt like NUSAS was not vocal in its fight against the injustices faced by the Black students. He broke away to form the South African organization, which is referred to as SASO, which aimed to promote Black student unity and became a key driver of the Black consciousness movement. Your introduction is nice and clean. You told us how the Black consciousness emerged and the reasons for the emergence of the Black consciousness in the 1970s. You start at the Sharpeville massacre. After the Sharpeville, you tell us about the liberation movements that were banned or sent to exile, which is the ANC and the PAC. And then you tell us that those liberation movements, since they were banned or sent to exile, they sort of left what? A political vacuum or a political gap that left a space for the establishment of the Black consciousness. And then you proceed and tell us as to where did this Black consciousness start. You list the universities where it started, and then you tell us about the leader or the founder of the Black consciousness movement, which is Steve Biko. Okay, so I'm not going to go into detail in that because we already mentioned that. Okay, then second paragraph, you need to tell us about the aims of the Black consciousness, as to what was the aims of this Black consciousness that you're talking about. This is how you can go about it, or this is how I go about it. The aims, you can say that the Black consciousness started as a philosophy that aimed to empower Black students that aim to empower Black people by promoting pride, Black identity and culture and history. It instilled feelings of self-reliance, self-esteem, and to fight for own rights. Black consciousness encouraged Black South Africans to overcome the feelings of self-pity but to achieve mental liberation and emancipation. Because the apartheid regime seemed to have beaten Black people into submission, and Black consciousness aimed to revive them and wake them from their long sleep. Okay? And then, in your next paragraph, you tell us about the impact of Steve Biko and Black consciousness philosophy on political organization. So you're basically telling us, how did Steve Biko and his Black consciousness have an impact on political organizations? Okay, don't forget to use the peel method, guys. So this is how you can go about it in this paragraph, where you're going to talk about the impact of Steve Biko and Black consciousness on political organizations. Alright, so you can say that the early evidence of the impact of Black consciousness on political organizations became evident when Steve Biko and other leaders broke away from NUSAS and formed SASO. SASO focused on students at tertiary institutions. The Black People's Convention's BPC served as an umbrella organization for the Black consciousness movement in South Africa, covering groups such as the South African Student Organization, SASO, and the South African Student Movement, SESM, which focused at those at schools. And then you proceed. Tell us about the Viva Frelimo rallies, where a series of protests and demonstrations organized by the BCM, Black Consciousness Movement, and SASO in 1974. Now you refer back to the question. This is one of the major roles that Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness had played in reviving activism and organizations in South Africa in the 1970s. You see? In this case, we have talked or discussed the impact of Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness on political organizations. Because of Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness, he was able to leave NUSAS and formed SASO and formed the BPC, which was an umbrella for all organizations, political organizations. Okay, he was able to form the SESM, which also focused on those at schools. It was because of the influence and impact of these political organizations, they were able to organize the Viva Frelimo rallies. Can you see the impact? We are done in this paragraph. We are done in this slide, I mean to say. And then moving on, here we are going to talk about the impact of Steve Biko and the Black consciousness philosophy on labor. When we speak of labor, we are talking about what? The labor force, the people who work, workers basically. So you're going to tell us, how does Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness have an impact on labor? Okay, so this is how you can go about it. The Black consciousness the Black consciousness had an influence on labor as it played a role in mobilizing workers. Through SASO, Black consciousness's influence extended on labor sector, resulting in the famous strike by the factory workers in Durban. This event led to the formation of the Black Allied Workers Union, BAU, and marked a turning point in South African trade unionism, sparking a wave of similar protests across the country. The BAU was among the labor formations that were formed through the influence of Black consciousness. Can you see the influence of Black consciousness on labor? I hope you do. This is how Steve Biko and the philosophy of Black consciousness played a major role in reviving activism and organization in South Africa in the 1970s through labor. We are done. This is how Steve Biko and the BC philosophy had an influence or impact labor by making workers to form what? The Black Allied Workers Union and challenge what? The systematic oppression that they were facing in their workforce. Thus also influencing other workers as well to do what? To protest again. Do you see? Okay, let's move on. Alright. In this one, we are supposed to talk about the impact of Steve Biko and the Black consciousness on the community programs. Alright, so this is how you can go about it. The BCM, the Black Consciousness Philosophy or the Black Consciousness Movement, played an important role in mobilizing through community programs. Since Steve Biko was banished to King Williamstown, he diverted his focus on Black community programs, meaning that he decided to focus on Black community programs to empower Black people. So, since he was focusing on Black community programs, this resulted to the establishment of various projects like the Zanempilo, Solempilo, Ithuseng, it was supposed to be an I, okay? Ithuseng Community Center, as well as the Zimele Trust Fund and the Winter School Project, okay? These projects were established to entrench the belief that Black people can achieve self-sufficiency. In this case, it is clear that Steve Biko and the Black consciousness philosophy played an important role in reviving political activism and organizations in South Africa in the 1970s through the establishment of community programs. Alright, moving on to the impact of Steve Biko and the Black consciousness philosophy on the 1976 Soweto uprising. Alright, meaning that Steve Biko and the BC philosophy, they did have an impact on Soweto uprising of 1976. You need to talk about that and explain that as well. Alright, this is how you can go about it. It is interesting to note that the BCM or the BC philosophy through SASO and SESM inspired Soweto school students to form Soweto Student Representative Councils, SSRC. Another thing before I proceed, you can see, before I abbreviate, I start off by doing what? By writing the name in full before I use abbreviations. Please do so as well. Don't just get there and then you speak of SSRC without giving us what? The full abbreviation. In this case, I'm saying SASO and I'm also saying SESM because in the previous slides, I have given you what? The full name of this organization. So even when you are writing your essay, if you are talking about SESM for the first time, please write SESM in full. Okay? South African Student Movement. Okay? SASO, South African Student Organization, before you may abbreviate it. But as you go further, as you proceed using these organizations in your essay, then you can abbreviate them. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Alright, let's proceed then. The efforts to enforce Afrikaans as a medium of instruction under Bantu education came to school students who had been influenced by Steve Biko's teachings, thus making students to challenge this oppressive education. Afrikaans laid a fertile ground for the Soweto uprising of June 1976. Students protested against the inferior education and the use of Afrikaans. Many students were injured, arrested and killed. Among them was Hector Peterson. This event led to a national uprising. This is how Steve Biko and the philosophy of the Black consciousness played a role in reviving activism and organization in South Africa in the 1970s by influencing school students. Okay? Don't go around saying that the Soweto uprising started because of Steve Biko. No, the students in Soweto were already not satisfied with Bantu education, and they were also not happy with the introduction of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Okay, that was happening all along before Steve Biko. All right, but Steve Biko, because he had this organization referred to as SESM, which focused on students or learners at schools. This organization, which also fell under or was influenced by the BCM or the Black consciousness philosophy, encouraged Soweto students to do what? To form Soweto Student Representative Councils, the SSRCs. Okay? So through the formation of these Soweto Student Representative Councils, learners did what? They gathered around to do what? To fight or protest against what? The inferior education as well as the use of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. And since students were protesting, how did the police retaliate? How did the police respond? The police responded by doing what? By firing bullets and killing children, injuring others were injured. Some of them were killed, some of them were arrested, some of them were injured. And among them who were killed was Hector Peterson. And after this Soweto uprising, what happened? What came next? It was a national uprising whereby everyone now is doing what? Is joining the cause. Every black person is joining the cause to do what? To fight against this oppressive regime. I hope that makes sense. Okay? Now let's look at this one. How Steve Biko, what happened to Steve Biko basically. Alright, you can just add there towards the end of your essay that Steve Biko was rearrested in 1977 and later died in police custody due to police brutality, meaning that the police were not very friendly with him, so he died from police brutality. Okay, and then you go back to your conclusion. When you write your conclusion, good people, I really advise you to start off by saying in conclusion to indicate that you are concluding now, right? You have discussed all of those great things in your essay. Now you are concluding. When you conclude, I want you see that very same stance that you took in the introduction. You are supposed to take it as well in the conclusion, all right? In conclusion, I agree, you see? I agree that Steve Biko and the philosophy of black consciousness had played a major role in reviving activism and organization in South Africa in the 1970s. Okay? And then you tell us the black consciousness influenced the formation of political organizations. Remember, the conclusion, that's where you do what you sum up what your essay spoke about. This is how you do it, or this is how you can go about it. The BC influenced the formation of political organization. They influenced workers and also established black community programs. And lastly, influenced school students, resulting to the Soweto uprising as a way of reviving activism and resistance against the oppressive apartheid regime. Therefore, this essay has discussed the role played by Steve Biko and the philosophy of black consciousness in reviving activism and organizations in South Africa in the 1970s. Okay? So, regardless of what the question is saying to you, as long as you are writing about the black consciousness or you are going to answer a question based on the black consciousness essay, make sure that you include each and every single thing that I mentioned in the overview. You need to talk about the emergence of the black consciousness. Why did it emerge? You need to talk about the aims of the black consciousness. You need to talk about the impact of the black consciousness and Steve Biko on political organization. The impact of black consciousness and Steve Biko on what? On labor, the impact of Steve Biko and political organization on community programs, the impact of Steve Biko and black consciousness philosophy on the Soweto uprising of 1976. In that case, you are going to score good marks. Okay, I hope this video was very helpful. Ma'am is suffering from sinuses, so yes, I know my audio is not the best today, but I tried. Okay, so please don't forget to share, subscribe, like and comment if this video is helpful to you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, thank you, bye.